You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's official, I'm coming to Canada. I got my visa thingy today, so all systems go. Just going to book in a venue for Vancouver, sorting out Toronto, so tickets will go on sale soon. I'll be there early December, flying to LA on the 2nd, probably fly into Vancouver on the 4th. A few days in the Couve, then over to Toronto, probably show on the 9th, hopefully show on the 9th of December. I wouldn't mind going somewhere in between. I've been getting a few people messaging me saying go out to Banff in fucking Alberta. Apparently it's pretty fucking hectic out there. There's a lot of Aussies too. Maybe I could sneak off there for a fucking day or two, do a show, and then come into fucking Toronto. I don't know. It's all open for fucking interpretation. But what isn't is I'm coming to fucking Canada now. So I'm just booking flights and that. And a listener told me to book Flair Airlines or some shit like that. And I looked it up and everything on Flair is so fucking cheap. Is it a scam or something? It feels like a scam. It's like half price on everything. Is it gonna fucking get me to the destination? Flair Airlines looks like Jetstar. It seems so dodgy. But I'm also a tight ass, so it looks like Flair it is. But if anyone's got any advice on the Flair, fucking let me know. I'd really like to spend a bit of time in Canada having a look around, but fucking what can you do? Now I just need to work on the US visa. That's going to be the tricky one. I think that's going to be a cunt. But fingers crossed that can be sorted out very soon as well. And then I don't have to fucking worry about anything. Just get my shit sorted and fucking come over. I'm going to have to pay for luggage though, because I think I'm going to need a jacket for Canada. Last time I was in New York, it was the fucking polar fucking vortex or whatever the fuck it was. And I just had a pair of jeans and just my normal jacket. And I refused. I refused to buy anything warmer as well. I'm like, I'll just fucking walk it off. I'll get super drunk and I'll just walk it off. I think you die if you try and do that in Canada, don't you? I'm not going to look into Canada either. I'm not going to fucking look into any of these places. The thing is, like, we're going to fucking Central America as well. So there's Guatemala and Nicaragua and all that sort of shit. And your instinct is to go on YouTube and just fucking research and see all the cool things to do. But it fucking ruins it because you see all this shit on YouTube and it has like background music and the colors are more vibrant. Then you get to these shitholes and you're like, what? Where's the music? Where's the vibrant colors? Why is my life not like an edited YouTube clip? So it ends up fucking ruining your expectations. The best thing to do is just go there, not knowing anything, and just fucking roll with the punches. Just see what's going on. That's what I'm going to do with Canada as well. I'm just going to roll in shorts and a t-shirt and just see where it takes me. I want to see a hockey game. I want to see a hockey fight, actually. I don't want to go see the NHL. I want to see like a low division, just fucking scrap. Just a brawl. Someone fucking taking someone's legs out with their fucking, what's it called? Hockey stick. Can everyone in Canada ice skate and snowboard? Is it like Australia where fucking people think everyone can surf? Anyway, these are all questions that can be answered at a later date. We've got more pressing questions to be answered today because that's right, it's Ask Boyle time. So if you have a question that you would like answered by one of the greatest minds of the generation, then head to my website, boylecomedy.com. There's a section there for Ask Boyle. Drunk dial's back up and running. Leave a voice message, write your message, you choose. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, let's get to this week's Ask Boyle. So this week's Ask Boyle was sent in by my man Chuck Harvey out there he didn't put his fucking location in, so let's say Canada, let's say Toronto. Get some tickets for the Toronto show when they go on sale. And Vancouver, and maybe Banff. So here's Chuck's fucking question. What are your fucking thoughts about psychiatry? Me and my roommate had a big fight about it, and she thinks antidepressants are bullshit, and all my doctor wants is money. Meanwhile, she spends up to $500 on beauty supplies monthly. I've been taking them for about 10 years now. I assume he's talking about antidepressants. And no, I would have absolutely jumped off a bridge without antidepressants or my doctor. The thing is, I like to have like 3 beers before I go see him. It opens me up a little more and makes me vulnerable. Should I fuck off from all this, or do you think it's an alright path? Well, Chucky, you have come to the right place. So my thoughts on antidepressants have changed a little bit over the years. I used to be 100% against them. Not even necessarily against them. I'm against starting something where there's no plan or an exit strategy to get off them. It's just, here's some antidepressants, let's hope they work. And if they do, stay on them for the rest of your life. That's it. That's the plan. So I was always like, no fucking way. No fucking antidepressants, no psychiatric drugs, no fucking anything, unless it's for hedonistic purposes, because I have done that. I've done plenty of that, actually, to be fair. So I'm still more or less against them, but I've eased a little bit. I've softened my stance a little bit. I softened because late last year, a comedian friend of mine was up from Melbourne, and I was dropping her home and we got into this big conversation, and she was telling me she was like suicidal about 6 months ago. Just couldn't fucking get out of bed, was just fucked. She's like, she was right at the end of it. And she said she'd tried everything. She exercises, she writes, she gets out there, she does the fucking stand-up, she does everything. She's just like, she got into this fucking funk and just could not battle her way out of it. And the last thing she did, the very last thing she did was go to a doctor, and basically was like, if she didn't go to the doctor, it was suicide. That was her only option. She was fucked, she said. So she went to the doctor. They prescribed her some antidepressants, and she said it was like life-changing. It took about 2 weeks, and she said it's fucking completely changed her whole entire life. And when I was speaking to her, she'd been on it for a few months, and she was great. She said she fucking feels good for the first time in a long time. She's positive. Like, they changed her life, she said. And I couldn't really argue anything there. What am I going to say? You shouldn't have taken them and just fucking killed yourself? Like, what's my argument? Someone who's brutally depressed, who is suicidal, took something and it helped her not be suicidal, and now she's doing well. So what's the argument? I don't understand what my argument against antidepressants there would be. In that case, definitely, you got to fucking do something. What I'm against really is fucking going straight to psychiatric drugs as the first resort, not the last resort. Like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit sad. I'll tell a fucking doctor about it. I'll get some fucking prescription and go straight onto it. I don't think a lot of people are like that, to be fair. But I do know a lot of people on antidepressants that I feel like they haven't tried everything. I know some people that just went straight to it. I'm like, it should be a last resort. You should be trying to fucking do it, everything you possibly can to get out of the funk before you go to that. Like, start exercising, meditating. If you've got a shit job, leave the job. If you're in a shit relationship, leave the relationship. Fucking go to a therapist, go fucking psychiatrist, do everything. Go on a fucking holiday, get better sleep. Like, there's a million things you can do before antidepressants come into the calculation. But as a last resort, if you've done everything, like legitimately done everything. Like, I know a lot of fat, unhealthy people that are on antidepressants. I'm like, how about you exercise a little bit first? How about you start eating better? How about you fucking do a million other things? It's hard work. Yes, I know it's hard work. And you're in a funk already. You're depressed already, so it's already harder for you to fucking start exercising and doing all the positive things that you need to do. But that's fucking part of it. You got to fight your way out of it and then fucking build a little bit of momentum. But yes, as a last resort, I fucking can't argue that. I can't argue the use of antidepressants as a last resort. But even still, before you start, I would like a fucking, like an exit strategy. Like, all right, I take them for a couple of years. I start feeling good. Can I start weaning off? What happens? What happens if they stop working? What if after a year of antidepressants, I'm just back at the same fucking position I was, and now I have no exit strategy because I'm already on antidepressants? But then they fuck with the dosage and different medicines and whatever, and then it becomes a big fucking cycle. I would do a lot of fucking research before I fucking got on board. And I'm not too sure if I would compare antidepressants with makeup. I don't know if that's the comparison. And what was the other question? What are your thoughts about psychiatry? Yeah, I don't think it's bad talking your shit out. What do you think I'm doing here? This is like one long, continuous self-psychiatry fucking therapy session that I'm letting people listen to. Like a fucking true psychotic. Talking your shit out's one of the best things you can do for your health as well. So even if you don't go to a psychiatrist, if you're against it, just fucking find some cunt that will listen to you and just talk it out. Talk to cunts. Talking to cunts is very fucking cathartic. And you'll find when you start fucking opening up and talking about your fucking like misery and your problems and your vulnerabilities and all that sort of shit, the person or the people you're talking to have the exact same fucking problems and vulnerabilities and fucking whatever. Everyone's human. Everyone's suffering in their own fucking unique way. So talking and opening up is fucking fine. It's the best thing for you. You don't even really need a psychiatrist. I think Carl Jung said, and I could just be making this up completely, but he said something along the lines of the best investigation is self-investigation. Anyway, fucking Chuck. I think that's enough for today. Thanks for the question. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around. Buy some tickets to the Canadian shows if you're anywhere near Canada. And I'll see you the fuck later.